Hey guys, this is Chris from DSX Machina, and the fit for the day is I have spoken. Anyway, so we are talking about Amethyst again. At the time of this recording, I'm about to get Amethyst Revelations live, which is going to be a big step as part of the closing aspects of that Kickstarter. And I wanted to go over some of the artwork. But I also had the inspiration to talk about some of the processes we got to that artwork. And I was also simultaneously was interested in these AI art detectors that I've spoken of before, and I said they're worthless, and I wanted to explain, give you actual examples. If you go to the Google search AI art detector and you bring up these options, this one requires a subscription service, so I'm not sure. This one requires a subscription service, so I won't be doing that one, but I got these three open. And I'm going to go through a couple images to kind of give some examples of how unreliable these are and to assuage anyone's worries. Like I said, there was a period of time in our process where I did have subscriptions to generators for a short time to send Nick ideas on where to jump off to kind of get over any humps or artist block he might have. And then that stopped. I stopped that about a year ago. Throw a couple of these in here as we talk about them, so I can put this one in here, and then I can go into here. There you go for that one, and then we can just drag. Yeah, there it is. So it says here AI probability 15.5%. This one comes up as human 97.5%. This one says human 92%. Now I know I sent him an image. Didn't look a lot like this, but there was definitely some aspects of it I think he took into this image here. But you can see, like I said, this is all Nick. I'll do 2 rows, so I'm not going to skip any. So you don't think I'm by. And we'll group that one and just do this. Oh, file seeds. Okay, so I guess I'm not gonna be able to do that one for this one either, am I? Yeah, I don't. The image is too big. What's that one say? Human 98%. Okay, we'll do another one. Ashahale. Now I know Ashahale is 100%. That one's so that one should be 100%. AI probability 40. That's actually pretty. I mean, that's all. Okay? One thing I will say is that the AI, like, I wouldn't really put any faith into a certainty unless it actually says certain. Unless it says 99, 100% AI, 45.3% is not a reliable number. But once again, this is 100% Nick, so that's a little annoying. I think 98% for the other one, and 100% from maybe's AI detector. So that's pretty good. Maybe this one's not so bad. We're gonna throw in a figure. And we're going to go in and once again choose right in there, check, and we'll drop that in there. AI 27%. This is also 100% Nick to mine because there was nothing I sent him at all. 99.93, 92. So it looks like Illuminati is not particularly accurate. Let's throw in the bastion of that. There is entirely Nick, but I think there was definitely some inspiration coming in from the background. Let's throw that in, submit. Let's go back to Illuminati. 27.3%, human 85, human 83. Pretty good. But you can see there's definitely odd man's out. Mutalist I had a sketch on, so I know there's but there's obviously no images that look like this. Let's go, what's it say? 18.2, 99.5% human, 92%. So once again, Illuminati, for some strange reason, having some biases. I don't know what the situation of how off it really is. Oh, timed out is. Oh yeah, it had an issue with. Yeah, I guess it has an issue with that file. This one is AI 56.81, and this is says human. So here's one where there's a massive schism. This one thinks there's a better chance this is 50% chance this is an AI image, and this says it's 100% human. Now I talked about this one before. The image has a partial set extension kind of way. So this image all here is Nick's sketch that he finalized, and then this little piece is a AI extension in order for us to have a 2-page spread. So I got maybe it's detecting this, but I think it's centering on this and thinking that this is AI, and it's not. Let's go into Rongo. Analyze another image. Choose Rongo. Wrongo. Okay, so this one's annoying. 91.1% AI probability. That's pretty high. This one, however, says 65% human, and this one says 100% human. So now we have three very different opinions. Three very different opinions. I mean, and this is what thing is. This is what a problem. Someone will look at this and go, "Well, this is 100% an AI image in their opinion," and they'll post it saying that this is an AI image, and then we can look at this one that says that it's absolutely not. Now, there were some images I sent to Nick, but this is a lot. This is very much Nick. I mean, I even asked him to add a character in there, so even I know that's something that he added in later as well. So yeah, that's a little annoying. Let's throw in. Let's keep on. Just do 2 rows. The drift. This is another image I had actually as a sketch. So I don't know actually if this one 11.4, 98, 99. Okay, so Zephyrion. This one I know people, and then I ended up changing some of the ethnicities of the people. 81.2, okay. 88, 77. It's still, this one actually starts to give a little bit, but that's, once again, a very disturbing variation between these two programs. It's kind of frustrating. Let's go to the Cloud. Right there, 2.4. I guess that one didn't take that one very long. So this one says the cloud is 2.4. This one says 92%. This one's 96. There was an image I sent to Nick. I don't think I have it around anymore. And it looks really nothing like that. I think the pose is the only thing that he borrowed from it. Fire Elemental. I have a sketch for this one as well. The sketch was obviously he didn't have. Nick does it on occasion. He does these. He will add a digital effect. In this case, this is the fire. So this fire looks very photorealistic. 18.4, human 88, artificial 69. This is one of the first time maybe gave a false reading. That's unfortunate. Gogamog. So 66.5%. Once again, this is a situation where I sent Nick an image and he went off in a completely different direction. So this is not something that has any aspects of AI in it. Well, human 97, human 98. So once again, Illuminati is way off. We're gonna keep on. Let's just keep on going for a bit more. Let's do Tavern. The Dreamcatcher is kind of a boring image anyway. Oh, 9.8 for that one. So Tavern. Well, I won't be. I'll throw in the Dreamcatcher. Okay, so 9.8, 80%, 76%. Very good. Let's throw in the Dreamcatcher. I think it's kind of a boring image, but whatever. So 1.3% AI probability on that one. That's pretty reliable. Human 89, human 99. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So we can see not only just going through these images, you can kind of see action and do something that's original. But 10.6, 99, 97. But we can also see where there have been some radical differences of opinion between the two of them. And that can be very frustrating. I'm not sure if I have any others here. I can give an example of where because I did this before and I thought it was fascinating. Monolith, I think Monolith might have had an issue when it comes to divergence. So here we go, 88.2% probability, which is kind of, if you saw that, you would be a little concerned. But here, 83, human 99. So once again, Illuminati, I don't know, like obviously these are all using 3 very different engines, because if they were using the same algorithm, you should technically have the exact same number in all 3 of them. But once again, now these two seem to be the most similar to each other, although we have seen examples already in this video where these two have disagreed. Illuminati seems to be way off the deep end, and I don't know why it keeps on doing that. But yeah, and the thing is the fact that I know some of the images I sent to Nick, and I've also seen his sketches. So I know the origins of some of these images, and some of them come, Human 68, and then it's once again this is, and it gives you an example of what we're going through. Like there's a lot of artwork that we can see here. It's a lot of artwork. There's probably more illustrations in Revelations than in any previous Amethyst book. There's a lot of illustrations, and it came about from two primary purposes. One is that I kind of unrestrained Nick to use whatever digital tools he had to produce product, and that helped speed him up. Our biggest problem has always been time, because Amethyst insists on having one single artist as one single voice. It creates a situation where our biggest issue is time. Amethyst Revelations on its own was it's now 4 months overdue for its digital release. It's releasing at the time of this recording today, and it takes a long time to create this level of artwork. And I think that in future books we may have to push the release dates to give our artists enough time, and allowing them to use more digital components allows them to accelerate their product, and in many ways for them allows them to make more money. Like we had an issue with Affinity. We had to divert some illustrations to another artist because we needed to get more illustrations for Affinity for the time date. Even with Amethyst, when I did my page-by-page playthrough of the book, which is the previous video here, I pointed out illustrations that were just directly missing. There's a Tananim, a Sky Tananim we don't have the illustration for, and I tell you, I cut out about 15 monsters out of we had a bunch of other Rongos, a bunch of other Tananims. We had illustrations for all of those. I had monsters for all of those, which had the book at about 450 pages, and I cut them out primarily because I thought the chapter was just too big, but there were no illustrations, so we just had these big white spaces because we did not have illustrations for all of them. When it comes to Rongo, we show 4 of them. I think there was originally 6. The Tananim, we showed 3. I think originally there were 6 of those as well, and we just kind of ran out of time, and it's a little unfortunate. And I think, and even last month, Nick was he was grinding a lot to get this illustration. He did way more work last month getting these last bits done, and then we'd go back and then tweak a couple of illustrations here and there so we were happy with them. And it's a process, and I think as a result we were really able to produce more, and on top of that it allowed the artist to be technically more productive. And so I didn't really have an issue with whatever tools that he used to create the end product, because once again, like, they pass muster, so it's still his involvement, his creative input in creating these illustrations. And I really enjoy the output. Some of these illustrations, like I said, going into some of them, you don't really realize how astounding some of these images are. Also, how high resolution. Like, these are astoundingly good images. Like that one I absolutely love. Well, I could spend, a very long time going through the illustrations in this thing. But I won't. Anyway, this was just a fun experiment to showcase and also talk about how kind of unreliable these are. So if you are curious about artwork you see online and you are unsure, and you do go up and check out these detectors, please, for the love of God, don't rely on one. If all 3 of them say 100%, then yeah, I think that's a pretty safe assumption that that image is generated. But if one comes up with a high value and then the other ones do not, don't data mine, don't pick that out of and then to be kind of intentionally adversarial. If one of these 3 comes up with a AI probability but the other 2 do not, that shows you how kind of flawed the system is. But yeah, that's just a fun experiment. Anyway, that was it for me today. This is Chris from Deus Ex Machina.